Cybercrime scandal, the AT&T and Verizon extortion case. Imagine finding yourself at the epicenter of a cybercrime scandal involving two of the largest telecom giants in the world. In December 2024, a shocking incident unfolded when a 20-year-old U.S. Army soldier stationed at Fort Hood, Texas, was arrested for allegedly extorting AT&T and Verizon. This high-profile case not only involved millions of sensitive customer records but also raised urgent questions about cybersecurity and insider threats. In today's video, we'll unpack the details of this astonishing case, its impact on the victims and institutions involved, and the valuable lessons it offers about the vulnerabilities in our digital world. The story centers on Cameron John Judische, a young U.S. Army soldier who allegedly operated under the alias Keeper Phantom. Investigators believe he collaborated with Canadian hacker Connor Riley Muka, known online as Judische, to execute a well-coordinated cyber extortion scheme. The duo reportedly breached critical systems at AT&T and Verizon, extracting sensitive data and attempting to ransom the telecom giants in exchange for the promise of deleting the stolen information. Muka, who had already been apprehended in October 2024, is said to have been the mastermind behind the breaches. Judische, on the other hand, played a crucial role in demanding and negotiating ransom payments. Together, they created a devastating scenario where the personal data of millions of Americans, and even sensitive information tied to government agencies, was compromised. In one of the most severe breaches, hackers infiltrated AT&T's customer database, accessing private details for nearly all of its users. The stolen data included phone numbers, contact lists, and even highly precise location data from cell towers, information that could pinpoint individuals' whereabouts to within 300 feet. This raised grave concerns about privacy and safety, particularly as hackers initially demanded $1 million in Bitcoin to delete the data. After negotiations, AT&T ultimately paid $373,000, but the damage was already done. The breach, traced back to a compromised third-party cloud provider named Snowflake, highlighted significant flaws in vendor security practices. Meanwhile, Verizon was grappling with its own crisis. The hackers managed to obtain push-to-talk (PTT) call logs, a feature heavily used by emergency responders and government agencies. This data breach posed an immediate threat to national security, as hackers could intercept sensitive communications during critical operations. Adding to the chaos, the perpetrators brazenly advertised SIM-swapping services on breach forums, exploiting vulnerabilities within Verizon's internal systems and employee accounts. These attacks allowed them to reroute calls and texts, enabling them to access personal accounts, drain financial assets, and compromise cryptocurrency wallets. Last year became a landmark year for data breaches, with this case serving as a prime example of the growing cybercrime epidemic. The unprecedented frequency and scale of these attacks highlighted glaring vulnerabilities across industries, leaving individuals and organizations scrambling to adapt. Many businesses faced operational disruptions, financial losses, and reputational damage that were difficult to recover from. Moreover, these breaches revealed the increasing sophistication of threat actors, who are leveraging advanced tools and techniques to exploit even the most seemingly secure systems. Let's take a moment to review two related incidents that underscore the scale of these threats and emphasize the pressing need for stronger, more coordinated cybersecurity measures. 1. Snowflake breach. Connor Riley Muka was directly tied to a separate breach involving Snowflake, a prominent cloud service provider. This attack affected over 560 million users across platforms like Ticketmaster and other corporations, showcasing the devastating potential of targeting critical infrastructure. The breach not only disrupted operations and compromised user data, but also highlighted gaps in cloud security measures that many organizations rely on for their digital ecosystems. Furthermore, the incident raised concerns about the need for improved threat intelligence sharing and collaboration among affected industries to prevent future large-scale breaches. 2. Rising SIM-swapping incidents. Throughout the year, there was a significant uptick in SIM-swapping schemes, with hackers increasingly targeting telecom employees and exploiting their access to redirect phone numbers and steal sensitive information. These attacks not only left countless individuals and businesses financially and emotionally devastated, but also exposed systemic weaknesses in authentication processes, highlighting the urgent need for stronger safeguards and stricter accountability within the telecom industry. The fallout from this case is extensive, with profound implications for multiple stakeholders. 1. For AT&T and Verizon, the reputational damage is immense, as customers question the company's ability to protect their data. Both firms may also face legal action from affected individuals and businesses. 2. For U.S. national security, the breaches exposed glaring vulnerabilities in critical infrastructure, particularly in systems used by emergency responders and government agencies, highlighting the potential for catastrophic consequences if these systems are compromised during times of crisis or national emergencies. 3. For customers, millions of people are now at heightened risk of identity theft, financial fraud, and privacy invasions, with long-term consequences for their personal security. 4. For cybersecurity practices, the incident reveals troubling gaps in third-party oversight, employee training, and internal safeguards, exposing critical weaknesses that could have been mitigated with proactive measures. This has prompted urgent calls for systemic reforms, including stricter vetting of external vendors, regular employee education on emerging threats, and the implementation of advanced, layered security protocols. So what lessons can we take away from this shocking case? Here are some critical steps that organizations and individuals alike should consider. 1. Strengthen third-party oversight. Companies must enforce stricter security protocols for their vendors and cloud service providers, ensuring robust compliance with cybersecurity standards. 2. Educate employees. Training programs must prioritize awareness of phishing, social engineering, and other tactics commonly used by cybercriminals to exploit insider access. Regular workshops, simulated attack exercises, and updated training modules should be implemented to ensure employees stay informed about evolving threats. Additionally, fostering a culture of cybersecurity accountability can empower staff to recognize and report suspicious activities promptly, minimizing potential risks and strengthening the organization's overall defense. 3. Adopt multi-factor authentication. Requiring multi-layered authentication can mitigate risks from SIM swapping attacks and other forms of unauthorized access. 4. Enhance cybersecurity laws. Governments must close legal loopholes that allow hackers to exploit vulnerabilities with limited consequences, imposing stricter penalties for cybercrimes. This incident underscores the importance of proactive measures across multiple fronts to mitigate cyber threats, emphasizing the need for stronger partnerships, better prepared employees, advanced security protocols, and more stringent legal frameworks that close loopholes and impose harsher penalties to deter malicious activities effectively. What are your thoughts on this alarming incident? Do you believe companies like AT&T and Verizon are taking enough steps to protect your data? Or are we simply too reliant on vulnerable digital systems? Share your insights in the comments below. And as always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. For more in-depth discussions on cybersecurity and tech news, visit Almond Consulting.